What happens when a global icon returns to the stage after years of silence and can't hold back his tears? Join the emotional moment that left millions breathless as btsBts reunites with Jin in a night no one will ever forget. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories that touch the heart and redefine what it means to be human. Beneath the spotlight, what happens when silence breaks? When a voice long missed trembles back to life under the blinding lights of a world that never stopped waiting. That's exactly what unfolded on the second night of Jin's run. Jungkook concert. The crowd had gathered expecting fireworks, nostalgia, and laughter, but no one expected the raw tears of Taehyung, better known as btsBts, his return to the stage. The first since his military service turned into a moment so powerful that even the brightest spotlights seemed to dim in reverence to his emotion. The night air in Seoul carried a kind of electricity that words can hardly describe. Fans had camped out for hours, clutching banners and light sticks glowing purple, the color that once defined an era. When Jin appeared, the cheers were deafening. Yet, underneath that joy was a quiet anticipation and unspoken question that seemed to hover above every head in the stadium. Would he appear? Would he sing again? Then, it happened. The stage lights softened, a familiar melody began to play, and a silhouette appeared behind the rising mist. The audience froze. The screen flickered, and there he was. Taehyung, dressed in black, his expression unreadable yet gentle. He stepped into the light like a dream returning to reality. The screams turned into sobs, the applause into gasps. Time stood still as his deep voice filled the air once again. Trembling but strong, fragile yet unforgettable, Taehyung sang his part with that unique soulfulness only he could carry. But as the music swelled, something in him broke open. His eyes glistened. His voice wavered. He tried to continue, but the emotion years of longing, duty, silence, and reunion spilled out in the form of tears that caught the light like falling stars. It wasn't scripted. It wasn't performed. It was real, raw, and heartbreakingly human. Jin, standing nearby, placed a comforting hand on his shoulder, whispering something that only Taehyung could hear. The crowd, thousands of fans who had seen every phase of his career, felt the tremor of that silent exchange. There were no grand speeches, no dramatic gestures, just two brothers sharing a moment that transcended fame, stage, and time itself. This wasn't just another concert. It was a homecoming. Taehyung's last public performance had been before his enlistment, a night filled with confidence, charisma, and that signature V charm that set the world ablaze. But tonight, he was different, not the untouchable star, but the man behind the legend. Every tear that fell seemed to tell a story of nights spent in reflection, of the weight of expectations, and of the quiet realization that no amount of global fame could replace the bond he shared with his members and fans. As he reached the final note of his verse, his voice cracked and that imperfection was perfection itself. The audience, overwhelmed, began chanting his name. Taehyung, Taehyung. The sound grew louder, echoing like a heartbeat through the stadium, through Seoul, through every corner of the world watching online. Was it relief? Was it sorrow? Perhaps both. The camera zoomed in on his tear-streaked face, capturing a moment that will be replayed and remembered for years. For a man who once defined elegance and restraint, this was vulnerability laid bare, and that's what made it unforgettable. Later, Jin, ever the caring Hyung, turned to the crowd with a soft smile and said, "He missed you all more than words can say." The fans erupted again, not with noise but with emotion. Cries, applause, and hands reaching toward the stage as if to bridge the distance between them and the man who had finally come home. Social media exploded within minutes. Hashtags like #WeSpac, #TaeHyung cry, and #RunSeok Day to trended worldwide. Yet no tweet, no photo, no video could capture the energy of that room, the way every heartbeat synchronized, the way every tear mirrored his. For Taehyung, the journey from the barracks to the spotlight must have felt like crossing two worlds. The military had demanded silence, discipline, and anonymity. The stage demanded openness, emotion, and vulnerability. Standing there, microphone trembling in his hand, he seemed to embody both worlds, strong yet soft, reserved yet open, a soldier and a poet in the same breath. Behind the scenes, some staff members reportedly said Taehyung had been nervous before the show, pacing quietly and humming his lines to himself. He wanted everything to be perfect, not because of pride, but because he wanted to give fans something meaningful after his long absence. "It's been a while," he told them softly backstage, smiling that shy smile the world had missed. "I hope they still remember my voice." How could anyone forget? The encore performance wasn't just music, it was memory, emotion, and rebirth woven into sound. The synergy between Jin and Taehyung on stage reignited that timeless chemistry fans had always loved. At one moment, Jin teased him gently, and Taehyung smiled, wiping his tears but failing to hide the tremor in his voice. It was pure, spontaneous, and full of heart. By the time the final lights dimmed, no one wanted to leave. Fans held their phones high, capturing every last second as if to hold on to the moment forever. Taehyung bowed deeply to the crowd, his voice barely audible as he whispered, "Thank you for waiting for me." The crowd responded in a wave of emotion so intense it felt like the whole arena was breathing in unison. Was this the start of his return? Was this the sign of a new era? The fans couldn't help but wonder if tears were his way of speaking. Then the message was clear: he's back, and he's never been more human. Even after the show ended, videos of the moment continued to circulate. Taehyung's trembling voice, Jin's comforting hand, the ocean of light sticks swaying like constellations around them. Each replay reignited that same ache in the heart, a mix of pride and longing that only BTS can inspire. The concert will go down not just as another event, but as a chapter in their shared legacy, a reminder that fame, power, and global recognition mean little without connection. And on that stage, beneath the roar of love and the shimmer of tears, Taehyung reminded the world of something it had almost forgotten: that even legends are human, and sometimes their most beautiful moments are when they let us see them break. And so, the night ended, not in grand fireworks, but in something far more powerful: a quiet unity between artist and audience, heart to heart. It was the kind of moment that doesn't fade when the lights go out. It lingers, whispering softly in the soul, "He's back. He feels, he's real." So tell us, when you saw him cry, what did you feel? Did your heart break a little, too? Comment below, share your thoughts, and let's keep this story alive. Because sometimes, the tears of an artist tell us more than any song ever could.